what are your thoughts about Nick Mullens being a bridge quarterback? He didn't do more or less than Jimmy did in the playoffs, and we still didn't have Kittle or Ayuk. I mean, you know how I feel about it.
I think he could be a possible bridge quarterback. If they draft a guy, this is the kind of quarterback you want as your bridge quarterback. Just a guy who's been in the system for 4 years. He's a pro's pro. He wants it, so he would be a good bridge quarterback. Absolutely, yeah.
I think he'd be fantastic. Also, I think he needs to be on this team next year. I'm not saying he needs to be first string, second string. I think you pick up his restricted tender, keep him on the team. I mean, he seems like whether or not he's the best backup quarterback in the league, he's the best backup quarterback for this team. He has value. Keep him around. I mean, I would also be interested in bringing in a third guy. I would be interested in Alex Smith if he's available and cheap, but I'm not necessarily sure that Washington's going to get rid of him. We've talked about this on your show. He might stay on that team. Well, what better option do they have over there unless they can draft? They're not going to take Justin Fields.
And I've talked about this before too. I think did we talk about it on my show?
Yes.
Totally. I'm a guy who hates the idea of a bridge quarterback because I think that it's just a delay of the inevitable, which is just you're throwing the starter into the fire. If your bridge quarterback is Alex Smith, on the Chiefs, and you're confident that you're still a contender with him and he's a legitimate starter, then I think it's real. But if you're drafting a guy high and you believe that much in him, to me, you just got to throw him in there and figure it out. Because throwing him in there, to me, unless he's like totally not ready because of health reasons or because of his understanding of the system, there's no difference to me throwing him in week 1 instead of throwing him in week 3. Like what the Texans did with having a bridge quarterback, I think it was Tom Savage, and then
that was a bad one.
Whack.
That was whack. That the technical term for that was whack. But I think this is a different situation, okay? And it's more like the Chiefs because when Jimmy's healthy, they win. And if you're moving on from Jimmy, as you've said a lot of times, is that you got to improve the position. Now, I've said you don't necessarily have to because the coach is on a 6-year contract and he can kind of do whatever the hell he wants. If he wants to take a step back before he takes 2 steps forward, that's his prerogative. But it's possible that they don't want to even try to sell that to the fans if they get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo and they get a guy like Zach Wilson, who they like, but they just decide isn't ready week 1. They could compete with someone like Alex Smith because the rest of the team is so good, and they don't want to be 5-11 while Jimmy Garoppolo is 13-3 on the Patriots. Maybe that's the reason that you do it, just so that you are, not wasting a year of a really good roster with a kid who doesn't even feel comfortable under center yet. The same reason that the Patriots kept Jimmy Garoppolo on the bench. They had Tom Brady. But as Bill Belichick has said, he's like, he really wasn't ready to be under center. He hadn't done it in college. He benefited from staying on the bench, and we could afford to do that. The Texans couldn't afford to do it, and I think the Niners theoretically could.
Right.
Theoretically.
So there's actually a funny comment in here to respond to. My man Austin Cross says, over the last 2 months, I've decided that this is more important than my class. Well, no, actually what happened is over the last 2 months, conveniently, my professor for this particular class has kind of just disappeared. We've been trying to contact him. Our final exam is next Monday. He does not respond to anybody. We haven't had an assignment in a month. He's just disappeared. He's just gone MIA.
I don't think you're going to have that final. Hopefully you get grades, though. He's going to need to, submit some grades.
Yeah. We had our first exam. We've had 2. We were supposed to have 5 projects. We've had. We had our first exam in September. We haven't had either of our exams or either of our projects graded. So my professor is.
He died? Should someone call?
No, he's alive.
He's alive?
Post, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good.
And sometimes he does do his synchronous sessions here too. Okay. But it's like if we're not getting assignments and stuff, what's the point of the synchronous session?
I see people commenting on your earrings. I just want to say that when I was 20, I had 13 millimeter cubic zirconium earrings that cost $15. So I can't really.
You went 13?
I went for the full 13. I was so obnoxious.
Oh, I think these
what are those? Are those 10s, 9s, 5s?
6.
Oh, so you're tasteful with your cubic zirconiums, or are those diamonds?
No, of course they're cubic.
No, I went full 13. I
don't know when I'm gonna be interviewing for actual jobs in like a year or 2, so I don't know if I could just walk into the interview with these.
No, this is the end of the phase. This is the end of the phase. You got to stop pretty soon. But I'm just saying, I had him at the same age, and I fully support him. I like him.
I appreciate that. If I get an endorsement from Grant Cohn, that's enough for me.
This was our best show because Vish and I legitimately disagreed. And the funny thing is, when we talk on the phone, this is how we talk. It can get a little bit like we can raise our voices a little bit. And when we go on the show, we always prepare like we're gonna say this, and you're gonna say this, and you're gonna say this. And I think we kind of sometimes take the argument out of it, but we kept it. It was organic, and I think it was our best stuff. So Vish,
yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like I actually think that our disagreement is better because, in my opinion, it's more natural when you're having a conversation to have disagreement.
Of course.
So much detail and so much open-endedness in football.
You don't call someone up and be like, hey, yeah. Hey, what do you think about that? Oh, yeah, I agree. Hey, good talk. Peace.
Yeah, everybody has
Yeah.
And dude, your comment section is unbelievable. Your comment section is the best.
They're hilarious, man.
I've ever seen.
You are the biggest horse's ass, Grant. Agree. Well, maybe not the biggest. I mean, there's some big ones out there, but I like to think that my rump is pretty big.
The variety, you got Outsiders, who's my guy. You got Kevin Wang, who's just basically giving everybody in the comment section issues. Then you got guys who are like all in your corner, and then you got different guys. I mean, this is an outstanding comment section. You guys are really awesome.
Yeah, we got guys writing in Arabic. We have guys arguing over who should be the moderator of this show.
We got guys Kevin Wang upset with my hair. Kevin, I just got a haircut, man. I thought it looked pretty good.
If when ESPN eventually picks up Mondays with Vish and Cohn Zone, and we have this weekly, and it replaces Around the Horn and Pardon the Interruption, which is just a matter of time, I'm going to make sure that ESPN puts the comment section on the screen and just bleeps out, like the bad words, because that's like 50% of the entertainment, not just us, but you guys over there are hilarious.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Please tune into my show with Blake too on Wednesday. We appreciate all of you guys. You guys are awesome. We'd love to have you guys in our comment section too.
Yeah. I forgot to put the link to his thing in the description, but I think most of you guys follow him already. And if you don't, follow Vish and Blake Sports. I'm going to put the description in a few minutes after we're done, and then in every description of the little videos I cut and post up. Yes, follow Vish. You want to. You already do probably. So continue to and like the stuff that he posts and watch the stuff that he posts because you're going to learn from it. And the thing that's interesting about Vish is while I know so much more about the 49ers than he does, he actually really knows the whole NFL in ways that I don't. So you'll learn from Vish about other teams, and you'll be smarter as a result. I'm smarter as a result of knowing Vish. Vish, thank you so much.
Blake's awesome too.
Oh, Blake is awesome too. Sorry about that. Blake is terrific. And you guys really have your own style, and it's really nice. So guys, watch it. And pretty soon he'll be monetizing, and you can give him tips too, but you have to watch his videos before he gets there.
Thank you. Thank you so much.